Alright guys, so it is the day, morning, whatever it is, we got like 30, 45 minutes of sleep of the big Canada Nerf war, which is an amount of hours away. I'm kind of tired. It's a good thing that I'm not driving, but I have a checklist that I go through anytime that I'm driving on unfamiliar roads, particularly when there may or may not be ice. So the first thing is that we have plenty of water and snacks for the trip in the event that we get like snowed into our car, which I don't think is going to happen, but prepare for the worst. And the other thing is that I always like to check the tire tread on the vehicle that I'm riding in. So these are the tires. We have a penny down here, and it looks like we're gonna have no problemo, but we can definitely decapitate Abe with this tread on this tire. So these are about as good as we're going to get. Hopefully I don't look just absolutely terrible sleep deprived. At this point in the Vidoc series, you will forget or realize that I forgot to bring a razor to Ohio. So this is what a few days of no shaving looks like, and hopefully that doesn't happen often on this vlog channel, but I have no idea how this is going to go. I packed almost all of our NIC gear, but one final sweep tells me that we got most of it, I guess, and I think that we're going to be in pretty good shape. Switching from Sambo to NIC gear like that is kind of tricky, but I think that we're going to be okay. So we're going to load up and roll out, and hopefully we'll be in Canada by morning. That would be an awesome goal. Alright, so we are officially underway.
Off to the Canada land.
That.
Yeah.
Getting close to Canada. This is the first toll of hopefully one toll, not the first of many. We'll see. Alright, so we're driving over Detroit. That's what all of this is. You might recognize it because we flew into it. And then this up here says Ambassador Bridge. Now we are not United States ambassadors, but it will hopefully take us to the Canada land, and so I guess we'll find out how tight border security is or whatever. Like, I don't know, I've never been to Canada before. First time to Canada, oh yes.
Oh yes.
Just want us to go.
Alright, so we're at the Canada.
We're at the Canada.
Howdy.
Oh, it's both. Okay. Here's us, and then you've got you.
And then that's me.
Put the GoPro down, turn it off.
I thought everybody was nice in Canada. Well, borders or customs took all of 20 seconds. Not a complicated process at all to get from the United States into Canada. So
I don't think he was too happy with the fact that it's 6 in the morning.
that could have something to do with it. He's also like definitely camera shy, despite his rockin' beard. So
He had one of the most beautiful beards.
we are officially in Canada land, or Canadian land. I think that sounds better. And now we're gonna go to the war site. So that's pretty stupid proof, I think. Canada has way nicer roads than any state I've ever driven through. What is up with this? Canada, you crazy. So we're finally pulling over. We're like 90 minutes from the, well, that happened. We're about 90 minutes from the nerfing site, and Vlad has decided to let me drive. But the Draculina has found something that I don't know if she's ever like really seen before. It's mostly ice. So it was like 78 degrees in Georgia for our Christmas, but the Draculina had to go all the way to another country to, oh my gosh, I can't film. It's good, I brought Vlad, he's gonna fight for me. He's my champion. Oh, I've got an Ohio boy to do my battling for me. And it doesn't matter, he's just been drowned handily. How did you do this? Oh my gosh. Just getting so defeated. Why are you so much better than him? He's in snow all the time. Are you happy? You found winter? Why would you throw a snowball at me? I have to drive now. Oh, why did we open up the car? It's cold now.
I found winter.
Alright, we are all thoroughly frozen at this point, and they even got it on their hands. So and my hair. You're both. Oh my gosh. Alright, onward to the Nerf war. So all of these road signs lead me to believe that I should be going much faster than I actually should. They should look into that up here. I'm pretty sure 100 kilometers per hour is roughly 65, but we'll find out one way or the other. Hooray, driving in Canada! It's a new life first. So we think we have found, it's locked, the Canadialand Nerf complex that is only sometimes a Nerf complex. But it looks like this. We're gonna go ahead and go in, and maybe that will work. What are you doing wrong, Draculina? She hasn't figured out the plastic money yet. It's in there. It says it takes 20s. That's crazy. You're gonna get a lot of loonies.
No thanks.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Hooray! We found the Canadian Nerfers. They're all really polite, actually. Way more polite than our border crossing guy. It's pretty cool. So we're in like a soccer complex, and I guess we just have to hope we don't shoot all of these other people. But we have some cover, and it's only marginally like penetrable. So this is gonna be a really interesting set of war footage. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So all good things must come to an end, but we definitely enjoyed and are currently cleaning up the Canadian arena. I really think that it's fun to take a look at like what the staging areas for these wars look like. So this is of course like Angel's gear over here, all through a bunch of Buff Daddy stuff, all through a bunch of Daniel stuff. Here's Vlad sorting darts. Woo, Daniel, our fearless war host. And then here's the like remnants of our stuff. Super pleased with the fiberglass job on this. Lasted for an entire day of Nerf. Still like rock solid. Just tough to beat that, I guess. So that was really cool. And then all of the stock class stuff. Can you tell which half of the field we have already swept? I think it's gonna look pretty good by the time we break it all down, but that's the war. I'm like super duper happy with it. We drove 5 hours here, so it's gonna be 10 hours total. It was worth every minute of Nerf time that we got in. They nerf way hard up in Canada, and Canadian Nerf is definitely not dead. So we're gonna go out, grab dinner with these guys, and then we'll, I guess, get back on the road depending upon how we feel. So we figured out why Canada's roads are so nice despite all the ice piled up on the side. They have like a ton of these machines. Atlanta could learn a lot from these. They throw salt out and like almost bug things, the kind of stuff that you poison your yard with, and then they just have a huge snowplow. We thought that was really cool, and if you've never been to Canada, it would be worth sharing. So we shared a little bit of Southern tradition with the Canadians, and we are all doing an after-war dinner. We're pretty sure Angel's eating an entire pizza by himself. That's kind of impressive. He is? Okay, confirmed. And Spencer over here decided to pay for all of the Draculina's Canadian coffee. Apparently they really do like Tim Hortons. So I guess we'll get back to you as to whether or not that's any good. I'm ready to pass out. I ate a half-pound cheeseburger after not sleeping and running all day. So I'm gonna take a nap, and then we're gonna find out if Canadian casinos are as nice as we've heard about. So we asked the Canadian Nerfers at dinner if there was anything in Canada worth buying here that we couldn't get in America, and they said that while it's not quite the same, they have epoxy for $1.25 Canadian, which is like $1 for epoxy, and epoxy costs us about $5 to $6. So like this might be our thing that we bring back with our like duty-free ability to do that. So we're gonna get a whole bunch of epoxy because we're nerds. So at first my heart skipped a beat because I thought gas was half price, but then I remembered that gas is measured in liters in Canada, and so it's probably going to wind up being a little bit cheaper, but not a ton. Hopefully they'll take my credit card. If not, this is why you bring cash when you travel. Alright, so you finally got your Tim Hortons up in Canada. Is it good?
It's not as good as Starbucks.
But you're enjoying it?
It's okay.
Okay, and it'll keep her awake on the ride home. We've been doing the fun Star Wars thing where like the flurries are rushing through the windshield, and that's not bad. But I had hot chocolate, it's gone. The Draculina got a latte, and Vlad got something, I don't know.
Same thing.
Ah, I see. And I think we're about to hit the road and put the last leg in. Draculina, show me winking. What is that?
I'm winking with both of my eyes.
Okay, why?
Because it's the same as winking.
Is it?
Double the soul truth, double the power.
I see. I have to teach her how to wink now.
Riverside Drive
So
west for
on
1.5
our
kilometers.
casino quest, we get to see Detroit from across the river, and it actually looks really, really nice from this perspective. Some of the buildings have like very interesting top ends, but we think that we found a version of Caesar's Palace from Vegas in Canada land, and so we were gonna go maybe push our luck there for a few minutes before we cross back over into America land. They do, in fact, have a miniature Little Caesars in Canada. That's so cool. It's not that miniature, in all honesty, but we all figured it was worth checking out, and so I'm gonna kind of like sweep it before I guess we find a few chips. Nothing serious, just... Mirrorception! Stupid amount of mirrors! Whee! So our little fun gambling pit stop turned out great. It couldn't have been better. I set down $100 and turned that into chips, and I'm walking with $265. So we paid for our trip, which is pretty sweet. And it's just like 30 minutes of play. The real success story here is Vlad, who sat down with $10 in chips and managed to pull 103 out, which is just gross. Like, way to go, dude. Definitely. So paid for the trip. Vlad got his gas back. I got my gas back. We can afford like something nice for the girls when we get home, and now we can leave. I think that that's the real trick to gambling, like in all honesty, is to have a number that you're comfortable walking with and walk with it. And then of course, like, never put more on the table than you're comfortable leaving there. Alright guys, so this is our tunnel through Canadian land back to America, and sadly we do have to go to Detroit, but the tunnel is pretty cool. I like that we get to go underground. Are we under the river right now?
Yeah.
In it.
Oh, this is cool and terrifying. Let's get out of this tunnel. I would hate for it to flood. That would be awful, but we are on our way back. Hopefully our toll, or I guess our customs guy, is in better humor this time, and we can just get across very quickly, and then we're only an hour away from Grandpa's house, so we should be back home very, very soon, which is good, because we've been going pretty hard for about 48 hours at this point, and I think that we have well deserved a little bit of R&R. So home at last. Looks like the Draculina has decided to do some firebugging, warm herself up, and I think that after that we'll probably hit the hay, because it's pretty late. But thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one.